Imagine being inside this house, literally across the street from the gas station. The moment the explosion happened, that flying debris shattering almost every window here on the east side. David, Alexandra, it's not too hard to still find chunks of the debris laying around the street. In fact, you can still see behind me, there's a puff of smoke still here. It's incredible to think that considering all of this damage, the co-owner of this gas station who was working here this morning is already out of the hospital. Back in Nebraska, more than 950,000 people have gotten at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. Let's take a look at the numbers from Health and Human Services broken down. About 850,000 are fully vaccinated. Another 100,000 plus have gotten one dose and are still waiting on their second. This group of 13 Americans spent 2 weeks trapped aboard a cruise ship docked off the coast of Japan. Now in Omaha, they will have to go through at least another 2 weeks of quarantine right here at UNMC. You see this fire engine behind me? That doesn't compare to what we saw hours ago, really, when multiple crews were just trying to contain the chaos and the flames. One question for the thousands of families who might try and get a road trip in over the holiday weekend. Any chance a storm could impact their travel plans? What goes into making sure that things go as smoothly as possible and that really the body overseeing the trials wants to keep coming back to Omaha as a venue for these trials? If Bowles maintains this lead, she'd be the first Democrat to hold a seat since 1964. Now, for background, she has represented the 29th legislative district since 2013, going up against Fortenberry. Bowles tells us voters are looking for common ground and common sense ideas, particularly when it comes to health care.
Yo, is anybody in there?
Out of breath from rushing as fast as he could, this is what Carlos Hernandez saw in the aftermath of the blast.
As I'm coming out to come around the house, you just see the chaos, man, the mess.
Hernandez just dropped off his daughter at school and was about to enjoy his day off at home.
I heard this loud explosion and you could feel it. Everybody felt it.
And he called us out. He just pointed straight at us.
The couple says they never expected Rayback to fire off 2 shots. One of them nicked Al's right ear.
Whizzed. I heard it go zzz. It was like a zzz. And I'm like, and actually, I had blood on my fingers. I pushed her ahead of me.
He ran down the hill trying to get to the backside of his house, but the shooter was right behind him.
So I'm just standing here, and he's right there, and he just puts his gun down on the ground.
Matt's been saying, you know, this is what we're supposed to be feeling for December.
Yeah, well, I don't like it.
Well, okay, you've never lived in a place where it should be 60 in December.
I know, but I want to.
I have. I'm just rubbing that in there just to rub salt in the wound. But,
Great.
You know.
I will trade no 60s in December for no gators roaming my neighborhood.
All right.
That's a fair balance.
We can talk about that trade. The people I spoke to who love this park want any revitalization effort here to highlight its unique landscape. That way it becomes a destination, not just for neighborhood families, but for the entire city. We met Steve Bolgar and the Friends of Mandan Park in April. They've spent months finding much of the same kind of trash we saw Monday. We took those concerns to City Parks and Rec Director Matt Kalsovich.
I know my team, even prior to hearing about some of the concerns of the neighborhood, feel like this is ripe with opportunity.
707, the CDC says 62% of adult Americans have at least one COVID-19 shot. These last few months, the project team has cared for crops at sites near 32nd and Y, 48th and Q, and dozens of other raised garden beds in Omaha. Beyond what they're growing in the soil, they're also growing leadership skills and cultivating work experience that will help them in their professional lives.
Congress is out this week for its Memorial Day break, and several big issues hang in the balance.
Well, Democrats who control the House and Senate were unable to pass a couple of bills they had hoped would be a done deal by now. KETV News Watch 7's Ike Diaz is in our Washington bureau with a look at what's next. Bellevue Boulevard and 13th, not looking like it's a problem. Looking pretty clear as you go along the main roads and even some of those long driveways. Now, you'll find different aftermaths of the storm across the county, but crews and homeowners we talked to throughout the day say they were happy to get to clear the snow in the sun.